Hi, I'm Reid Heffner. I'm an associate at Booz Hamilton. I focus on electric drive vehicles and work mainly with fleets and government clients in implementation of electric drive vehicles and in figuring out some of the policy incentives to get more people to drive them. It's a pretty exciting time right now in electric drive in particular. What we're seeing, we've waited for a long time is the product, and we're finally going to see some from major manufacturers. So we've got plug-in hybrids coming from General Motors in about a year. We've got electric vehicles, pure electrics, coming from Nissan in about the same time frame, end of 2010. So the questions really remain: who's going to take the leap and buy these vehicles, and how do our fleet clients start to incorporate electric drive, grid-connected electric drive into their fleets? So that means issues about infrastructure. How are you going to charge these vehicles? How often are drivers going to need to plug in? Where does the infrastructure need to be set up? It's a little simpler for our fleet clients since their vehicles tend to be on, if not fixed routes, they tend to travel to destinations more regularly. For consumers, it's a real issue right now. How much infrastructure needs to be out there before the vehicles arrive? What does the infrastructure need to look like? How are we going to charge for it? And cities in particular really are struggling with this issue about, do they need to get into the game where they're funding some infrastructure, or can they leave it to the private sector and not have too much policy initiative? So I think it's a really exciting time right now. There are lots of fleets that are getting into this area, that are signing up to have vehicles, but the question remains, I think, for all of us: how successful will vehicles be overall with both fleets and consumers? So time will tell, I guess.
There's been a lot of hype about electric vehicles. Coming online, the number of models expanding, coming to the marketplace. But really, when you stop and think of it, that hype is not new. It's somewhat still in its nascency, but it's not brand new. So we know that the models will be coming online a lot later than expected. Why is that? Consumers, there's just not there's a lot of infrastructure impediments in place right now in terms of what consumers expect, in terms of range, the costs they're willing to pay, and there's a big social cost, social burden associated with all electric vehicles. Who's going to pay for the infrastructure changes? I know the Obama administration is totally committed to this, but these changes in the infrastructure take time. The electrification of the vehicle is the end game. I don't think anybody disagrees with that. How we get there, whether it be from gas, hybrid, electric, biodiesel, diesel, hydrogen, the electrification is the end game. So will we get there? Yes. How long will it take? I think it's going to be a lot more than the 5 to 7 years to be hit critical mass that some are saying.